Hi, I'm Achal, Dillon. I seem to do about 1 million things in music. I am the managing director of an artist development platform called Killing Moon. Our frontline businesses are our record label, artist management business, and live promotions. I'm also the head of A&R at Last Man Music, which is a relatively new music group. Does a similar thing to Killing Moon, just on a much larger scale. I also do other bits. I'm a director at the Association of Independent Music. I am a consultant at Festival Republic, and I do a lot of freelance journalism as well.
Hi, I'm Damian Morgan. I am a manager. Been a manager for a few years now, sort of 7 or 8 years. Before that, I was an agent for various, I had a DJ agency with all the kind of Peter Hooks and Mannies and Clint Booms and people from all your sort of Manchester types and Madchester types.
I guess most campaigns that I'm working on have increased the online element. Probably a lot of people watching this have also seen numbers of virtual festivals going around, like a number of like remote sessions, like, you know, stripped back sessions, people resourcing to using this basically to try and do something. And I think it's a very well-meaning thing. I think it's important in a cultural sense to actually do that, to ensure that we have a culture to come back to, so we remember the identity of what the music industry actually did and what it was.
I talk to a lot of people who are starting out, or haven't even had a song out yet. You know, I speak to probably about 15 people a week through my work with the music college, you know, and it's something they ask quite a lot, because they go, oh, well, I was going to put a track out and play a gig, you know, our first gig and all that. And I go, well, we can't do that. What we can do is engage people in you know, and then when you do put that track out and do these things, you're going to have an audience that really are receptive to it. And I often say it's like any meeting between two people. You don't immediately go, please listen to my song.
We are seeing a surge in more subscription-based models. You've probably seen stuff like, you know, Bandcamp days where they're dropping their fees. You know, there is a surge in featured artists using platforms like Patreon as a means for delivering exclusive content directly into the hands of their fans. Although there is the insinuation that perhaps they could go a little bit further, you do have DSPs adding a donations function. Again, like the thinking, and I suppose we've always sort of perceived the artist in the makeup of the music industry as the poor, impoverished one, the one that needs to be looked after. So, you know, a lot of these mechanisms have been created in order to directly or expedite money over to the artists themselves. The side issue is, again, the hidden aspects of the music economy. There are freelancers. About 80% of the workforce in the British music industry, roadies, managers, tour managers, lighting engineers, producers, there's so many that don't get the public time of day, basically. And they are as screwed. If the artist doesn't get paid, they don't get paid. And if the money is going directly to the artist, they still don't get paid.
I think it's a really good time for musicians to get their personalities across and do that personal bit of marketing now. You know, it doesn't have to be that you sit there and play your tunes. I actually quite like to hear people talking about what they do and what they are like as people and how they're affected and what they plan to do and what they're reading and that's probably what interests me more than having them do a stripped down version of their great album, you know.
You know, it will be back. Maybe not anytime soon, but, you know, it will be back in the way that we currently remember it. And perhaps, there's a friend of mine, I can't remember, it was a booking agent friend of mine who said this to me recently, where they're, this isn't sort of like indicative, again, of taking advantage of the situation, but apparently the Mandarin for disaster is in two parts. One part says danger, the other says opportunity.
Everything the industry can learn is everything I think society is learning as well, is that, to not, get too doomy about it, everything's very fragile. And the music industry, I think for people who don't work in the industry, they assume it's a big, well-oiled machine that all like lumbers on, and it's like this huge, kind of incredibly organized thing. And actually, it's lots of different people working together in individual companies to make something happen. A press company, a radio company, a label, a little label, a distributor, everything. And I think there's realization that just how fragile that is.
Please don't give up. Don't put down the guitar. Maybe, do whatever it takes to survive, but please don't give up on music. We still need you. And I think the world actually still needs new music, especially, otherwise we don't know what we're trying to protect here. Honestly, like what is there to come back to if we don't have this stuff, honestly?
If you're a creative person, don't feel the pressure to be creative just because you've got a lot of time. And I think that's really important, because I know a lot of people who are songwriters who feel incredible anxiety because they're not writing songs because they've got all this time. Well, don't go and paint or do something else, or walk or garden or whatever you can do, but don't feel the pressure. Don't be hard on yourself, because you don't need to be.